From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Superdome in New Orleans. It is Week 16 in the NFL, and we've got a good one in store, as it'll be the Green Bay Packers taking on the New Orleans Saints. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go. Ready.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. David Ojabo running in to take him down.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third.
Yellow, 22.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. On now is the Packers punter, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. A good starting spot for the Saints as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Ready?
On the ground, it's the rookie out of Florida. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Hey, look at this Packers defense. This crew against the pass, issues at times. Ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe.
That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big-time play there for New Orleans. 45 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Rattler. The open man is Westbrook. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got him.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he's going to step out of bounds at the 35-yard line. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Well, here's a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll look to throw it off play action. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Love from the gun. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched him move for move and knocked it away.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving touchdown, New Orleans. Garrett Wilson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A point after, good by Groupie. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Come on, set, steal, flag. Yes, ready.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Love. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Ready?
Love. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. David Ojabo able to record his 5th sack of the season. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Let's take it inside his own 40. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10.
Yellow, set, hut, hut.
Off the play fake, it's Rattler. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Pause red. Here we go. Set.
To the air is Rattler. Open man left side. Shaheed has it. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession as they've got it with a third down coming up. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Black. 90.
From the gun, here's Rattler. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
Looks like the offense is going to take another shot here. They're going on 4th and 13.
Red. Smack. Red. Black Ultra. Set.
They'll go. Here's Rattler. That is incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45.
Set. Cut.
Off the play fake, Love. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Finding room in midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Here we go. 52 blue. Hut.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Striker. 3. Ready.
They run for it with Bigsby. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
It's a gain of 8. And the Panthers first down.
Set. Hut. Blue.
An
Striker.
8-yard pickup.
Yellow. 43.
And the Packer first down.
Ready.
Love now. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Now, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this one is no good. He missed it. And they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11.
Yeah, 55 yards is anything but a gimme. You've got to really concentrate on your leg swing and proper technique. This time, though, he's unable to convert.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on 4th, didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine momentum's with the defense.
Definitely with the defense, because anytime anyone goes for it on 4th down, That's telling you as a defense that you can't stop us. We don't think that you can. And when you actually do, it may put a little dent in the confidence of the offense the next time they hit the field.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bring that pride in the offense this go-around.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. An audible here to get a new look. They'll try and run for it. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Set.
Now Rattler. The pass caught by Olave. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 27-yard line. And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Flight 45. One. Ready?
Throwing is Rattler. Now he'll tuck this and run. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Now 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Set.
Now a handoff up the middle. Westbrook. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Ready. Hut.
Rattler wants to throw it. Touchdown, Saints. Garrett Wilson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Saints add 6 to their lead. Grupe able to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Set. Ready.
Love looking to throw it. Now a deep one for Johnston. And that's caught inside the 30. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 48 yards. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like, oh, wide open, complete. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Tucker Kraft, 29 yards. And the Packers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Come on. Set. Ready.
Rattler working out of the gun. Now, and not wanting to take a shot out of the pocket. He tucks it and goes down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number one. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. So as they talk it over, we step aside. From the shotgun, Rattler. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll fake the give, and here's Rattler. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Watch the back on this play. Watch the back on this play.
10, 5, 60.
Motion. Check. Shift.
Up the middle they go. Westbrook looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this one is right through. And that will do it for this first half.
Saints 24, Packers 10.
Set now to go for the third quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Misses yet again, and the struggles here, they look pretty uncharacteristic for him.
You're certainly right about that. Mechanics are the key right now. Feet, arm, not in sync at all. He ends up throwing that one past his receiver that's open.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Johnston. And he's got this down to the 35. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
And the Packers first down. A gain of 18 on the play.
Down. Drill green.
First down,
30.
Packers.
To throw now, here's Love. And oh, that nearly the first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground, incomplete. 2nd and 10.
Set hut. Blues 45. White. Set.
Throwing. Love. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps and soon.
50. Slide due. Hut, hut.
Again, it's Love. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. And the Saints will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again. And in an afternoon where just about everything's gone right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They'll throw. Here's Rattler. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
Black 40. Hut.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. He's across midfield. Now inside the 25. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 68 yards. And the Saints have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. The point after, good by Groupie. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to... And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Jonas Sanker. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Ready. Hut, hut.
On play action, Rattler. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Saints take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. place kickoff. That's what these new rules can do for you, as they'll be backed up to start this drive.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to...
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick six, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, Coach.
Oh, another ball up for grabs here, and this one is intercepted. And the Saints are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, stating the obvious, this is going to be one that the rookie quarterback is going to want to forget pretty quickly.
And what quarterback has not gone through this in their rookie year?
Yeah, they all have. I guess it's cliche, but these are the ones you hope to grow from, right?
It's just part of life on the road in the NFL. He has to learn from it and grow.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And now the rookie's free. He may go. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Saints get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Here's Grupe for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
The score is Saints 52, Packers 10.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Throw over the middle. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. Off play action. Merritt. He'll try and do this himself. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, He goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll try and throw for it here. Pass to the sideline, pulled in. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson, 49 yards. And the Packers are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Extra point right down the middle. So they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the 3rd quarter. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They'll keep it on the ground. Westbrook. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Here's Rattler. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
5-yard gain on the
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
6-yard line.
Back now here live in New Orleans. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Now a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 120 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
The 42-yard line.
Set, hut. Ready?
To the air is Rattler. Complete to Olave on the out route. And he's got room. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big play that time on the catch and run. 34 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter, in the zone, the ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Touchdown! A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints extend this 4th quarter lead, and they are getting closer and closer to win number 11. Groupie able to add the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's brought down, getting this this one up to about the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Green Bay.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Now he's going to step up and run. Now a deep one for Johnston. Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
Well, I think you have to forgive him just a little bit here because he's out of the pocket trying to make a play. But he rushes this throw and just wings it downfield right over the head of his wide-open receiver.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. This offense so far on third down, as bad as you can be. 0 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Ready? Cougar 19. 18. Right. 18.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Saints are going to get it back and in great shape.
10 cycles. Here we go. Here we go. Strikers. 50. Grit. Slide through.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Out to the right here to Wilson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
On the set.
Saints. First down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Ready.
On first down, Westbrook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Third down and 1.
White. White. Hut. Hut.
They'll keep it on the ground. Westbrook. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Ready. Striker. Check. Strike. Black. 95. Hut.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 138 yards rushing for him now to this point. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
60 red. Set. Hut.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Now third
Set.
and
Hut.
goal.
Yellow. 22. Set.
And they take a knee. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And this coaching staff, CD, I think you'd agree, pleased with this overall effort.
I think they're more than pleased, right? They've got to look at each other like, wow, we just pulled this one off in a big way. Great job of motivating, even better job of game planning. They were facing a top 10 defense, so they had to make sure that everything was buttoned down, and they had it ready to go, and their guys executed.
Yeah.